Hi, welcome to Kernow Guitar. Today I'm going to do a slight instructional video for you. It's something I see a lot on the forums and Facebook groups. It's usually people, they've brought a new guitar, they've got a double lock-in trem. Usually a Floyd Rose, it could be a Kernow. So in this video I'm going to show you how to restring and tune a Floyd Rose trem properly so you get the least amount of problems with tuning stability. Let's carry on. Okay, so now you can see we now have all the strings on. They've not been tuned at all, so we still not got the tension on string. Now this is the place where most people mess up. As you can see, I've put the locking nuts on, but they're still loose, so I can still tune with the tuning pegs. Now what most people tend to do, which is a mistake with any double lock-in trem, whether it be a Floyd Rose or a Kernow or any lock-in floating trem, is they'll tune high to low or low to high, which is fine if you're using a traditional fixed tail, hardtail bridge or a vintage trem, but when you're dealing with a floating trem you need to keep the tension on the strings, on the springs, going this way. If you tune low to high or high to low, what's going to happen is you're going to put the tension on the strings that way and then that way, not that way. So what we want to do, instead of going high to low or low to high, we want to start in the middle and do pairs of strings. The first pair of strings we'll do will be the G and the D. So here we go, we start with the G, then we D, then we go to the B and the A string, A string, then we do E, high E and low E. So we've done it once. We're going to have to repeat that, but we're going to do it a lot less times than if we did high to low or low to high. So we'll repeat that. We'll go in with the G and then D string. Then we do the B and the A string again. Then the E, high E and the low E. we're going to keep repeating that pattern. I'm going to keep repeating that pattern, and I'll tell you how many. I've gone through it twice. As you see, it's not taking as long to tune up, and then we'll come back when it comes to micro tuning. Okay, so we've now gone through. I had to go through that procedure 2 more times, and I want you to remember that. Tune in pairs: G, D, B, A, E, E. By doing that, you'll keep the tension on the springs pulling forward the whole time. You won't be pulling it that way and then that way and then that way and then that way. You're always pulling it that way. This enables the springs to get the tension a lot easier and a lot quicker. So now it's been tuned up here at the tuning pegs. We now lock the locking nut. Now again, the same as what with the bridge locks, do not over tighten them, do not go mental, don't crank them down, because again, if you do, what will happen is strings will cut grooves underneath your locking nut, and then they won't lock anymore. So we just want them just tight enough that they're going to hold the strings, not so tight that we're going to start cutting grooves in the locking nut. Now we start tuning here at our micro tuners. Remember what I said before we started? We want to make sure they're in the middle position, and so they've got play both ways. We do the same principle. We tune in pairs, starting with the G string. That one. Then we go D string. Then our A string, then our high E string, our low E string, and we repeat the process, double checking. G, D, B, A, high E, low E, and there we have an in tune Floyd Rose. And just remember, the most important thing is make sure not to over tighten either end where it locks, so the strings don't cut grooves into the blocks or into the locking nuts. Make sure that these micro tuners before you start are in the middle position, and when it comes to tuning, make sure you're tuning in pairs: G and D, B and A, and E and E, to keep the tension on the springs consistently pulling forward, not pulling down and across or up and across. And this way you'll be able to tune it a lot quicker, and it will stay in tune a lot more. I hope you find that helpful, and I'll catch you next time. This is Steve at Kernow Guitar signing off, and remember, like and subscribe. Take care.